Good morning, everybody. This is Mrs. Rivera here, principal of Joseph Case Junior High School, with Backyard Enrichment video number 26. It is Wednesday, May 6th, and we are once again in the backyard for enrichment video. Start this video off the way that we start off all enrichment videos, with a little appreciation. Yesterday was Cinco de Mayo, which got me to thinking about our wonderful Spanish teacher, Senorita Duarte. She is a wonderful Spanish teacher, believes in positive relationships and fun and learning, and she is the advisor to our intramural program. She does a great job with that, and a lot of students are able to engage in that program on a yearly basis. So, Senorita, we appreciate you today and every day. Thanks for all you do for our students and for our school. It is also School Nurse Day today. So we want to send one more round of appreciation to our school nurse, Mrs. Sylvia. Thank you, Mrs. Sylvia, for all you do to keep us healthy and safe at the school. So yesterday was a really nice day out, busy day, but we managed to get out in the yard in the afternoon, as we've been doing every nice day. We had a little family bike ride. We had a little wiffle ball game before dinner. After dinner, we went back to the 9-card golf game, which was beneficial to me because Mrs. Rivera was victorious for the first time in a little while at the card table, and that felt pretty good. So today the weather's going to be pretty good. It may cloud up and be a little rainy overnight, but there should be outside time available to us today as well. For today's backyard enrichment video, it was on the weekend. Mrs. Silvera saw on a Facebook post or somewhere that Orioles were back in the area. They're migratory, so they go south and they come up here for their breeding range. Mrs. Silvera loves Orioles, so she started doing a little research. And one of the things that she found was that Orioles are attracted to the color orange. We already had our suet feeder set up so that you could put fruit on it, oranges, which Orioles really like. But to attract them, they say it's beneficial to paint the feeder a little bit of bright orange. So Mrs. Silvera did that. Shortly after she was done doing it, the Oriole arrived. So for all of you who have been missing the Backyard Enrichment bird feeder videos, here is one brought to you by Mrs. Silvera, and now a frequent visitor at our bird feeder. Let's have a look. This is the Baltimore Oriole, Icterus galbula. Orioles are colorful, vocal members of the blackbird family, represented in Massachusetts by two species, the Baltimore Oriole and the Orchard Oriole. Baltimore Orioles are slightly smaller than robins, just under 9 inches from bill to tail tip. The males have black heads, backs, and wings, but show bright orange below and on their tails. The females and young birds can be quite a bit drabber about the head and may show pale orange, yellow, or even simply tan below. Both sexes have strong white wing bars on dark wings and the sharp pointed bills, typical of the blackbird family. You'll most often find Baltimore Orioles on high and leafy deciduous trees, but not deep in forests. They prefer open woodland, forest edge, riverbanks, and small groves of trees. They also forage for insects and fruits in brushy shrubbery. Baltimore Orioles eat insects, fruit, and nectar. The proportion of each food varies by season. In summer, while breeding and feeding their young, much of the diet consists of insects, which are rich in the proteins needed for growth. In spring and fall, nectar and ripe fruits compose more of the diet. These sugary foods are readily converted into fat, which supplies energy for migration. Baltimore Orioles eat a wide variety of insects, including beetles, crickets, grasshoppers, moths, and flies, as well as spiders, snails, and other small invertebrates. They eat many pest species, including tent caterpillars, gypsy moth caterpillars, fall webworms, spiny elm caterpillars, and the larvae within plant galls. However, orioles can also damage fruit crops, including raspberries, mulberries, cherries, oranges, bananas, and some fruit growers consider these birds a pest. Baltimore Orioles sometimes use their slender beaks to feed in an unusual way, called gaping. They stab the closed bill into soft fruits, then open their mouths to cut a juicy swath from which they drink with their brushy-tipped tongues. The nest site is in a tall deciduous tree, placed near the end of a slender drooping branch, usually 20 to 30 feet above the ground. The nest is built by the female, sometimes with help from the male. It's a hanging pouch with its rim firmly attached to a branch. The nest is tightly woven of plant fibers, strips of bark, grapevines, grass, yarn, string, Spanish moss, It's lined with fine grass, plant down, and hair. Females lay 4 to 6 bluish-white to pale gray eggs with brown and black markings concentrated at the larger end. Incubation is by the female for 12 to 14 days. Both parents feed the nestlings, and the young leave the nest about 12 to 14 days after hatching. Baltimore Orioles spend summer and winter in entirely different ranges. From early April to late May, flocks arrive in eastern and central North America to breed from Louisiana through central Canada. They start to leave as early as July for wintering grounds in Florida, the Caribbean and Central America, and the northern tip of South America. Baltimore Orioles got their name from their bold orange and black plumage. They sport the same colors as the heraldic crest of England's Baltimore family, who also gave their name to Maryland's largest city. If you're outside and you're lucky, you may see one of these awesome orange birds. Well, that's today's backyard enrichment video. I hope that you liked it. Some really good shots of a really beautiful bird there today. Get out in the yard today, boys and girls, if you can, when your work is done, after you help mom and dad with the things that they need help with. And as always, you can explore your backyard, see what types of things that you can find, and maybe learn something new. Hope that you enjoyed today's video. I will be back with you again tomorrow. As we always say here, we're all Cardinals. We're all in this together. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.